Right. So, we're back here now. And there's this thing. And then there's this thing. And then there's this thing. So, let's keep going.
Time for a swim.
Swim. Yes, let's go. Grab this.
Oh, lovely.
Oh. Healing an ally also apply. Oh, man. Oh, man. Guess who needs that? But now I'm gonna do this because she's the healer of the crew. Nice. Yeah, she ain't breaking no one. Alright. Let's keep going.
I am speed.
Gonna move past. Okay. Looks dangerous. Inside a painting. Cool. Let's go. Wow. Stepped into near automata here. Wow, so we've got to... Oh shit, we've got to parkour before we can even get to... Oh, crap. Yeah. I'll see you next week when I eventually get to the end of this section. I thought he'd grab on to the end of the frame there. So there's no... Like, it's not forgiving here in terms of giving you a ledge to grab on. You just got to do it right. Like that. Oh, come on. Don't do that. And also, is it every time you fail the battle, you gotta... Maybe this one's not a battle at all. Like, the danger part of it is just... You might go insane trying to complete the parkour, so beware. Worst case, I'll bring out CL. She was the one that got me through last time. So we'll take a little run up here. I obviously fucking pressed the button. I am speed! Let's just go quick. Maybe that's the better way to do it. Maybe the more slowly you take it, the worse it is. Let's go. Let's go, Verso! Oh, okay, well that... I don't think that should have happened. Yeah. I think the first two jumps with like sprinting is actually pretty easy. So you align yourself and then you do that, but then the third one is the problem. So you can just... Oh my god, that's so funny. Let's go. Yeah. I love the way they put their hands up. Paintress just sitting there laughing her ass off. So is it going to be these guys that are going to put an end to me? I'm literally going to walk along this bit. There you go. Got that. Boom. And then... There's something down there. Let's go again. Ah, it's one of these little boys. A lost soul adrift in twilight. Her paintbrush wielded darkness, and from it, the monster emerged. She wove her spite into the canvas, birthing a horror to plague my nights. Your hand holds the power to unweave the terror she wrote. You can dissolve the nightmare. Will you help me? We will. Remember, light and dark dance together. Oh. But light must lead. Is this just like a key item or something I can actually equip? Quest item. Light of the Beast. Okay. Fine. God. I think if we fail, we have to start all of this shit again. Then we've got to go back to taking this carefully here. What? Dude. What the... So I see something in the distance there. Well, okay. There's one on the right, just above my head. And then there's obviously the one in the middle. This is... I think this might be a bit of an elaborate side quest that I probably shouldn't have got myself into. Oh, the rolls are freaking me out. Dude. Okay. Gotta take this one. Okay, so what I saw in the distance wasn't a... Okay. We faced this lantern guy before though, right? Wait, is that 0, 0? Eesh. Okay. Verso. What are we gonna do with you, bro? I think he's a vitality boy. We just keep going. She's a vitality girl. Keep going with that. And Lune is up to 5. We need one more point. Right, so we've got the white Nevrons here that we've been helping. And then this was the boss that we fought. A statue of a beast. Do you want to use the light of the beast? The story of the beast is written. In the depths where shadows sigh, lurks a beast beneath the sky. Still incomplete, its lair closed off. Ah, I see. So this is something we're going to have to return to, eventually. Maybe you need like the rewards from all of these Nevrons to unlock it, possibly. Let's just go as far as we can. Yeah, okay. There's a few options here also. No. Let's have a look at this one. Is this like the exit? If it is, then maybe it's a shortcut way back in so you don't have to bother with... Oh, crap. Okay, so I'm back again. A little more. Remains incomplete for it needs 3 parts. Okay, so at least now it tells you that. So there's 3 more, I think, white Nevrons to help in the world. But I just wanted to still try and get across here. It's probably going to say your path is blocked, but I just wanted to see it. Okay, cool. So it took me an extra minute just to re-establish that. Second time around the parkour was definitely much easier. So this is somewhere we're going to have to come back to. Must be a pretty serious boss in there. It's basically the first time where they've said it doesn't matter, you know, if you want to punch above your weight and stuff, you just can't do it because you don't have the preparations yet. So that's fine. Painting workshop, huh? So there's a few little, there's this bit, and then there's little choice, I think, but to start really heading to where we need to go for the story. It still impresses me, like, what these previous expeditions have managed to, like, it seems like they have...
Everyone okay?
They have managed to traverse a decent amount of the world. So there's this place. Forgotten Battlefield. Wait. Yeah, so there's no way to find... Yeah. So that's like an optional one we can maybe find once we're in there. But I think that means we can continue with the story. I have a quick look around before I do. Just any final bits. I think yes. I think there's at least one more little thing here. Including this giant sea-dwelling beast. Can we get up here? No.
Fastest swimmer.
Yes, we can. This is quite the scene. This Lancelier standing there. Again, like these encounters, I'm kind of not that interested in fighting. Let's go in here. Blades Graveyard. Yeah, so these are the ones where you know that it's just this item. But again, beautiful backdrop. That nice crescent moon.
Good stuff.
Okay. Is there any way to get the characters out of these shots? I guess you could kind of do it if you wanted to, like take one half of the screen when they're off, and then I'm just trying to think, could you turn these into some kind of like cinemagraphs or like active screensavers for the background? Yeah, you could merge like each side together, I guess, but yeah, it's not ideal. So that's that. Now we're gonna go look for some trouble against the big guy. I just want to fight these anyway. I just want to see, is there anything different about them to normal?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's spill some ink.
I don't know if they're level scaled very differently. Okay. Oh crap, I forgot to heal. She only has 38. I haven't rested. Shit. Classic mistake. Yeah, it's not a lot of damage. That was the wrong target.
Let's cover path.
This has been a terrible start.
Got this.
Parry it!
Yeah, I tried to parry there. Did not work. But Maya's going to get 2 turns here. So what we're going to do is revive first. She comes back with powerful, I think.
Not leaving you behind.
Nice. Alright, let's see. So let's get rid of the shield. And Mark II, perfect. Even when she loses an item, she loses virtuose status. That sucks. I didn't realize that. Damn it. Fine. Ooh. Alrighty. How many? Assault 0. No, we wanted Berserk Slash. So we can shoot 2 more times. Up to B here. I don't know if Assault 0 is more worth it at the moment. Let's try it. well marked. So we did that, and now I'm going to try and finish it. There you go. Oh. Nice. And my weapon's leveled up too? Gee. Yeah, I mean, in that sense, they still seem like kind of normal encounter. Level 1 to level 8? Eh? What? How did that happen? How? Rank can't be lower than C. That's kind of sick. Now that I understand a little better how these work. And it still scales Vitality B and Agility C. That's a good scaling for him. So, yeah. I like that. Lose 1 perfection instead of 1 rank. Right. Let's get out of here. I am speed. Oh yeah, I need to rest before I can try and take on this big guy. Where can I do that?
Let us get wet.
Maybe here?
Let us get wet.
This is a new place too. Oh, it's a way into the manor. At least I can rest here. And then we'll take on the big boy. Let's go. Nice, another room. Okay. Let's see what we're going to find here. Yeah, of course we've got to go up the staircase. I thought maybe we'd find something before we did that, but no. Let's head up. What ancient wisdom will we find? There's an item there. But I just wanted to see if there's any, like, lore stuff, story stuff to find. Oh god, we've got a parkour up here too? For now. Okay. Parkour in the manor. Okay. Energy 10 upgrade, that's nice. I think that's it. And then we've got this door. Brings us back into the manor. Wonderful. I do love this place though in that sense. It's just so mysterious. It just looks like the other side of that bit. But still, maybe at the end of it, you still end up back at the same place. I feel like no matter what I've done, I've always kind of... Eventually, you end up back at the same bit. Oh. It really does reconnect like that. Crap. Then I think it's once you exit the manor. Now I remember. Yeah, once you exit the manor, then you end up back where you started. It wasn't, you don't take the same door you took to come back in. So we found a curator here in the past, but since then, we've not found anyone new. Anything new. Lune, care to play any of these, or does it change if you have her there? No. Yeah, I think like you unlock those shortcuts to the other rooms and whatnot, but I don't think, again, anything seems to fundamentally change. You won't find anyone new here, I think, that you didn't already. And then this takes you back. Cool. Okay, let's go. So we're gonna ignore these guys.
Let us get wet. I am
And
speed.
here we go. Maybe this is a very, very bad idea. Sprung.
My turn.
What? 3 attacks back to back? Holy shit. Bro. Whoa. Fuck. Just wanted to see if there's any weak spots to hit, but nothing obvious at the moment.
Target marked.
Oh man, that's not a lot of damage. Sorry, yeah, it's a lot of damage, but its health bar is stupidly big. Yeah, I don't know about this one. And if it's taking that little HP, it's probably one hit KO. So, yeah.
Meso, dodge. Take cover.
Sabotage it.
Just try it.
Oh.
Dodge.
It did 4? Holy crap. No hope. If it's getting that many turns, I think that's a little too much to ask right now. Honestly, like, I'd rather try and continue the story than to have 7 hours of attempts on this guy until I learn how to parry everything. Because again, that's kind of the beauty of this game, where if you're like you know what, I don't care how hard this guy seems, I'm gonna beat him. You can. It's literally just a perseverance thing. Any boss is beatable, I think, pretty much at any level, as long as you can parry. So I don't think we've met anything in this game that has anything that's unparryable, that is just like unfair in that way. So it just really comes down to, do you want to put in the work? And for like a first story playthrough, I think when I encounter things that seem this difficult, I think it's probably better for me to just move on. Because it's just getting 3 turns is way too much dodging work to do.
Flames. On me. Turn off.
I'll do it.
Ready to parry. Yeah.
Yeah, I've done like 1% of its health. And I mean, Mael's pretty fast, and she's still trading 3 for 1 with him. So we've met our first, like, I think relative to our level, it's like a super boss basically.
Bliss and precision. Ready to parry.
Look at that damage, 1,969. So yeah, I would have to pull off send in reserve team. That's interesting. I'm not going to do it, but I did not know that was a thing. So at least we found that out. It's been so long since I basically failed. Yeah, it's been a long time at this stage. Multiple sessions I think I've had where I haven't failed like that, but yeah. That's fine. I knew that I could move on from here again quickly anyway, so that's a guy to come back to in the future. I don't fancy trying to learn all of the parries and then literally try to pull off hundreds of parries before I can win. But that's a nice target to come back to later. So looking forward to getting revenge. But for now, we can continue the story. The story is just too important to spend it on just one single fight. We'll get there. I think much like any Final Fantasy experience or almost anything I ever play, I don't like to leave boss battles undefeated. I always try my best. Checking around these corners. Alright, let's go. Continue the story.
You'll get used to them. We're going to see a lot more.
If we hurry, we can cross before nightfall.
Wait. Could we bury Gustav?
I wish we could, but protocol is to keep moving. Gustav would understand.
We can look for a suitable place along the way, yeah? We'll find a nice spot.
Actually, there is a place. Past the quarry, out of sight of the painters. A tranquil haven, protected by magnificent trees. I think you'll approve.
Lead the way.
Let me show you something.
What are you going to show us? Right, gradient counter. Some enemies can cast gradient attacks. Gradient attacks are powerful and can only be defended with a gradient counter. So just as I was wondering, like, is there anything that's unparryable? This is I'm pretty sure it's kind of almost the opposite of that, but it's a different type of attack that demands a specific type of response. And you can see on the bottom left there, gradient is R2. So I guess it isn't parryable, but it's still another timing thing, I guess.
Brace yourselves.
Okay, I'd already pressed it twice before they even popped up, but yes. Okay, Verso. I can see why Ben took on this role. He's a badass.
Any other tricks we should know?
One thing at a time.
Yeah, Verso's a cool dude. Alright, let's go. So one more counter to add to the arsenal. How are we gonna know if we need a gradient or if we need... I guess it'll probably say performs a gradient attack or some shit. Then we have to remember to press the right button. So I guess for people that's really gotten really good at parrying, that's doing all the R1 shit really easily at this point, which is not me, it's like, hey, let's throw something into the mix where you're so used to pressing R1, maybe you'll make a mistake and you'll try to parry with R1 even though you can't. So, we'll see. But let's try and find this nice spot. This haven for Gustav to rest in peace. Whoa. Yeah, it does happen in new areas. Yeah, just having a look around, a quick technical note here. I'm using DLSS for this one. And for anyone who doesn't know, DLSS is just a way for your graphics card to kind of play games at higher resolutions than they normally can. and it uses like a lot of clever technical things in the background to try and make it look like true 4K, even though you're technically not playing in 4K, or like, you know, some other resolution. Now, in the past, anytime you had like things that were flying around and floating around, like they are here with the leaves, that was the things I used to notice DLSS would struggle, and it would give it away that you're using it. There'd be like trails and shit where it's trying to like calculate the path of it, I guess, or like the lighting or all of those kind of things. And it would leave like these kind of streaky aspects of it. Now, you'll still spot that happening from time to time, depending on where they are on the screen or how fast they're moving or something. But I remember with Death Stranding in 2020 or something, 21, was like the first time I started messing around with it, and I noticed it a lot in that game. But DLSS has got a lot cleaner with time, and so it's really made it much more viable to play these games in like 4K using like quality mode DLSS, which is like, I don't know, 30%, 40% more forgiving on your GPU, and it still pretty much looks close to how it would look if you were playing it native 4K. It's definitely not one for one, but it's close enough that the games really do look gorgeous. So DLSS is definitely, I'm starting to see the technological improvements. I think it's probably been about 4 years since it's been around, 3, 4, 5 years, something like that. So yeah, just a little note there. It definitely caught my eye. I am seeing those, like, if you see anything that looks a bit streaky, where there's something floating through and there's a streak behind it, that's usually like a DLSS related issue, but it's definitely way less in this day and age. And I haven't noticed it much for Expedition 33. That's nice. Anyway, let's keep going.